Hello and welcome back to the Positivity Keys podcast. I'm your host, Laura Allen, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most important and often overlooked factors in personal growth, self-talk. How do you speak to yourself every day? Is your inner voice lifting you up or is it tearing you down? Here's the truth that changed my life. The way you talk to yourself determines how you experience life. Your self-talk shapes your confidence, your motivation, and even your success. So today, I'm going to dive into and explore how to recognize negative self-talk, reframe it into empowering thoughts, and turn your inner dialogue into the greatest superpower. Grab a notebook, get comfortable. This episode is packed with actionable strategies, so let's just dig in. Your self-talk is like a constant inner coach, but is it helping or is it hurting you? Research from University of Toronto found that people who practice positive self-talk under stress perform better in problem-solving tasks and experience less anxiety compared to those who engage in negative self-talk. So think about this. Would you talk to your best friend the way that you talk to yourself? Lots of times the answer is going to be no to that. But what's your first thought when you have a mistake? Is it kind and constructive or is it harsh and critical? Here's why this matters. Your mind believes what you tell it most often. If your inner dialogue is full of self-doubt, criticism, or negativity, your brain is going to reinforce those beliefs, making it harder for you to break free from them. But the good news is that self-talk is a skill. And like any skill, you can train it. So the first step to shifting your self-talk is recognizing when it's working against you. So some examples of some negative self-talk. I always mess things up. I'll never be good enough. I'm not smart enough, or I can't succeed in that. I don't know anything about it. And here's some example of some empowering self-talk. I make mistakes, but I learn from them and I improve all the time. I am capable of growth and change. Every challenge is an opportunity for me to get stronger. The words that you say to yourself matter. Your brain doesn't know the difference between truth and repetition. It simply reinforces what it hears most. What's one negative belief that you've been repeating to yourself? How would your life change it if you replaced it with a positive belief? So now that we understand the power of self-talk, let's talk about how to shift it in real time. Here's a 3-step method to reset negative self-talk and replace it with empowering thoughts. Catch the thought. That's number 1. Pay attention to your inner dialogue throughout the day. Notice when your self-limiting thoughts appear. For example, you catch yourself thinking, I'll never be confident speaking in public. Well, step 2, you're going to pause and you're going to reframe that thought. So ask yourself, is this thought helping me or is it hurting me? And then you're going to replace it with a supportive and constructive statement. So reframe that example with I'll never be confident speaking in public to confidence is a skill and I can improve with practice. And then reinforce that new thought. That's step number 3. Say the new empowering thought out loud. Write it down and repeat it throughout your day. I am growing and I am improving every day. Why this works? Research on neuroplasticity shows that repeating positive affirmations literally rewires your brain, making empowering self-talk your new default. Think of a negative thought that you had recently. Now flip it into an empowering belief. What could that do for you? Stuff is powerful. And then, so does this actually work in real life? Absolutely. So elite athletes, they're performers and top CEOs. We're going to talk about these types of individuals using self-talk to boost their performance. So let's talk about Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. She's talked about how she repeats powerful affirmations during her matches to stay focused. Studies on athletes show that those who use motivational self-talk, they perform better under pressure, and those who engage in instead of those who engage in self-doubt. And the key takeaway from this is, if the best in the world are using self-talk to fuel their success, then why shouldn't you? How can you apply positive self-talk in high-stress situations for yourself? What would happen if you spoke to yourself like a champion? So if you want to strengthen your inner dialogue, here's some daily self-talk routines to practice. How about the morning affirmation ritual? Start your day with 3 positive affirmations about yourself. I am strong, I am capable, and I am ready for today. I use my mirror. I post my affirmations on my mirror, and Positivity Keys, we even have, the 10 positivity or positive affirmations for the bathroom mirror in our digital downloads. It's powerful. I put them right where I see them every morning when I'm brushing my teeth. Think about that. I'm strong, I'm capable, and I'm ready for today. Those things that you say to yourself are super powerful. In a midday self-talk check-in, how about in the middle of the day, around lunchtime, you pause and you ask yourself, are my thoughts supporting me right now? If you catch a negative thought, you flip it immediately using the thought key. Evening gratitude reflection. This is a big one too. Write down 3 things that you did well today. End your day focusing on your progress, not your perfection. And why this works, the more that you repeat positive self-talk, the more it becomes automatic. Try it for 7 days and see how your mind starts to shift. 21 days later, you're doing it automatically. You're not even thinking about it anymore. It's just automatic. It's like all those behaviors that are ingrained in us. All those negative ones that are ingrained in us, we can make those positive ingrained in us. They're habits that we can teach ourselves to be more positive. And then a final thought for today, be your own best coach. You're with yourself 24/7. So the words that you speak internally, they matter more than anything. So here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Commit to it. Catching 1 negative thought per day and flipping it around using your thought key. Saying 1 empowering affirmation each morning. Stick them on your bathroom mirror. Repeat them daily. Ending each day with 3 positive reflections. What's 1 self-talk shift that you're working on this week? Message me, leave me a comment, somehow get a hold of me. I want to be part of your journey. I'd love to hear from you. So that's it for today's episode of the Positivity Keys podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review for us, share it with somebody that needs to hear it. Follow me on social media for daily mindful, inspirational self-tips and self-talk tips. And don't forget, speak to yourself like someone you love. Until next time, keep choosing thoughts that empower you and stepping into your best self.